Right. Hello there, squatchers and satchlings. Okay, I've decided I have some time. I'm going to do this video real quick because people have been asking questions, at least a couple people. And I thought, well, I'll try to give it I'll try to, I'll try to give an explanation as best I can um, from this. Now, the question somebody asked me, and I'm going to try to keep this coherent if I can. As you guys know, sometimes I get distracted and I lose my way on what I was saying. But we'll try to get through this. The best way I can put it is somebody asked the other day. They stated the question as in, Joe, why are you letting other people's BS make you doubt your experience? In other words, the encounter that I had, and that's not exactly it. It's not that I'm doubting that something happened out there, and it's not because of the BS. That plays into some of what's making my brain go around, but that's not what it is. It's not that I'm doubting my experience. Okay, it's um, it's that experience for me. Um, I need evidence. Okay, that what I encountered out in there was a Bigfoot. I can think it is, because I don't have right now. I don't have any other category that I can put it into. Okay. Um, I don't have any other category, and I've ruled out other things about it, like such as a hoax, etc. And we can go into that a little bit. Um, but first, let me get this out. So what it is that I can think that's what it is, because I have no other category to put into it. But what I need is, and this thing didn't last very long. It's less than a few minutes to this whole encounter, right? So I have time to register what's going on, register what I'm looking at, but that's about it, right? So what I need is more objectively verifiable facts that what I actually encountered out there is a Bigfoot. None of the people, and look, I'm a little slow on the uptake, and it's taken me a long time, uh, longer than most, I think. People that online is not giving me not going to give me the answers that I need about this whole thing, right? Because it's just, as I said, there's a whole lot of pop culture Bigfoot out there that to me is just bullshit. Because they don't have those objectively verifiable facts to go along with their narratives, and I don't want to be running around believing something that isn't true, right? So if that wasn't a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot or whatever, then what was it? Um, so it's not that I'm doubting that it happened. There's no doubt about that in my mind. It happened, but what happened? Um, so yeah, I'm not letting others BS um, make me doubt what I saw. But look, this is from day one of when it happened all the way through. Um, I've always been analyzing in my head what went on out there and whether or not I could really say, wow, that was a Bigfoot. Now, again, I can repeat it over and over again. I don't have any other category to put it in. But I also don't have any other objectively verifiable facts to go along to back it up. I need those. For me, I need them, if not for anybody else, okay? But I need them for myself. I need that body of objectively verifiable facts, which qualifies as evidence, that what I think is the only conclusion, right? Now, I've gone a long way in doing that, of course, somewhat. Um, I mean, there are objectively verifiable facts for myself because I was the only one who was there. So the objectively verifiable facts for myself is that what it looked like, right? It was tall, over 7 foot, probably 7.5, right? So 18 inches taller than me at least. Um, Covered in hair, no clothes, um, no weapons. Um, a face that did not look to me like a Homo sapien, right? That type of thing. So that kind of fits into the category, right? But was it really that? Um, so I don't know if you're understanding where I'm coming from here, but I'm trying to express it. This is the best I can do. So I really need those objectively verifiable facts, which means, yeah, I have to get back out there and start looking for these things, right? These facts, this evidence. Um, because otherwise, man, I mean, down the road, I could say that, well, it must have been delusional, right? Because I can't find anything, you know. And I don't really believe that. I don't really believe that. I believe if I get out there again, I can find some evidence, some objectively verifiable facts that point to uh, the conclusion over any other conclusion that what was out there was a Bigfoot. And no, the BS online isn't helping that any, because if you were to go by just a lot of the BS you see online, my first, me personally, my first thing is this thing isn't real. These people are just making this shit up. Um, but I can't quite go that way because of that experience, right? I can't just ignore it and go, well, it's all made up. Well, dude, you saw something out there, and it certainly looked like something that you yourself would have to admit would look, be a Bigfoot. You know, I mean, look, be honest. I didn't see his feet, so I don't know how big they were, right? I just know he was big, covered in hair, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We've gone over this. You guys all know about the encounter and how it went down. Um, but I don't have anything else to show. You know what I'm saying? So I have to get that. I have to get that just for myself. And so consequently, I do have to start ignoring all this other crap online that, just really doesn't make any difference, right? It's not going to lend anything for me. Um, it's just going to frustrate me, right? And I can't allow myself to be frustrated by the shenanigans and antics of others out there. You know, um, this started out as me as a child as a quest to see if something mythical was real, but since August of 2020, this quest has turned into something totally different, really. Now for me, um, it has turned into a quest to prove to myself, at least, that and for those who want to see it along with me, to prove that what was out there was what I think it was. Um, and that's pretty much it. Now, when I talked about those things that I could rule out, well, I can rule out that I'm not making it up, because I'm not making it up. Now, anybody that doesn't know me can't rule that out. I understand that. That's why I always say, if somebody doesn't believe me, there's not something I can say that go, well, you're just a meanie, whatever, dude. Okay, but I can rule that out. I'm not making it up. So the other things that I can rule out is mistaken identity. Right? It wasn't a bear. I know that. I know that for a fact. It wasn't a bear. Um, and it certainly wasn't a guy in a ghillie suit. I would recognize a guy in a ghillie suit hunting a deer, right? Or even, number one, he probably would have had a rifle with him, I would think, or at least a bow. I don't think it's bow season in August here in New York. I'm not in tune with the hunting seasons anymore here because I don't hunt anymore. But I'm pretty sure that's not. So I can rule that out. Hoax I could rule out because, well, that was even more complicated because in order for that to be true, somebody, if not several people, right? It depends on how many people would it take to pull this off, right? But even if it was one, somebody would have to know that I was going to be out there. Two, they would have had to known I was going to be out there at a certain time. Three, the person would have had to be a super tall person, 7.5 foot tall person. Uh, Four, he would have had to have been wearing the most elaborate and amazing special effects costume makeup that's ever been produced. And also, even more unbelievably, would have had to have been able to enlist a deer uh, in aiding them to pull off this hoax, okay, or him or whatever. So that's all pretty much impossible. So I'm ruling that out. Um, so all those things I can rule out, but does that still leave me with had to be a Bigfoot? Intellectually honest with myself, I still can't say 100%, right? Because I don't have it. And it all comes down to that other evidence. I have the evidence of what I think I saw, right, from 40 feet away. But I don't have any other physical evidence. I have nothing else to tell me what it is, where it came from, all these other things, right? Um, and of course, I mean, you know what? There's always going to be that one thing. Are we all freaking just delusional, right? I don't think so. I've never been given to that kind of stuff in my life. I've never had any other delusions in my life. So whatever it was real. And so that's my quest now. Now, this year has not been kind to me. It's been pretty rough on me, guys. And that's life, man. Life will throw some loops in there that you just have to put up with. But it's been rough on allowing me to do some of the stuff I want to do, like getting out into the woods and having some recreation. And yes, going out there, I would consider it recreation to be able to go out and camp and look in these areas for evidence, to go squatching. But it's kind of hard. So I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to get done this year, which is very, very disappointing. But I'm going to try. But that's all. I hope that answers the couple of people that questioned that, um, because that's what it comes down to. It's not really doubting. I'm not doubting the existence of Bigfoot because even if I hadn't had that encounter, I do have at least some evidence that I consider valid, right? As in Leon says, tracks are facts, and there are, yes, tracks can be hoaxed and have been, etc., just like a lot of other shit, right? But I accept that there are verifiable, vetted out tracks um, that are deemed by experts in their fields of primatology and anthropology and foot morphology and etc. that there are these tracks that were made by something um, that looks superficially human or like a Homo sapien, but are not Homo sapien, right? And I accept that. So there's at least that evidence for me to at least consider, yeah, it's got to be. I don't know what else would make those tracks, right? I don't, you know, unless you've got like a bunch of big ass guys and women running around out there with huge flat feet that aren't really designed the same way as other human feet are. Or I should say, I like to say Homo sapien because I'm not ruling out that this species could be in the Homo genus. I don't know that for a fact. Nor could I until I gather more objectively verifiable facts that would point to that over anything else. Okay. So, anyway, that is where it lies, folks. And that's why I'm not going to be putting a whole lot of I don't have a whole lot of content to put out right now because of these things. I don't want to just keep bashing against the people out there that are just playing these games and that, because the people that are out there hoaxing shit for whatever reasons they're doing it, whether it be monetary wise, attention getting wise, a sense of belonging wise, whatever. um, there's people out there that are, smarter than me, that are already doing it. You know, um, they've already got the drive and the ability to show that what they are saying about these hoaxers is the fact. And that's Steve and Nikki and Brent and some others, that they're doing a fine job of all that. So I'm not going to just, in lieu of being able to get out in the woods and actually look for answers for myself about what went on in August of 2020. I'm not going to replace that with sitting here and just going over and over, every time somebody does a hoax. We got good people that are doing that already. And they do it much better than I would anyhow. So, but as I said in a post, this channel is still going to be here. I'm not getting rid of the channel. It's just going to be here. Just not going to be a whole lot of content on it until I start having something worthwhile to put up. If I come up with something. Same thing with the page. I mean, I might not be posting on the Facebook page as much, but if I see something that's of interest, that's relevant, then I'll put it up. I will always, of course, use that page to share the other people that I follow myself, that I think other people should be watching, etc. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's being the Bigfoot atheist, right? That's what it is. So that's it, guys. Leave your comments below, whatever. Um, if you've got something that you want to point out that I didn't think of, go ahead, point it out. Just be respectful. I don't usually have too much of a problem with trolls. But you know what happens to trolls? Those are the only comments that may get deleted are trolls. Or I may say something cute to them. I don't know. Or I just may let other people that follow me jump on the troll and point out their trollishness to them. So, anyway, leave your comments below if you've got something that maybe I didn't think of, right? Point it out to me. And other than that, man, guys, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff. And you know what? I'll see you around. I'll be on a show every now and then. Somebody else invites me on a show. If I have the time to do it, I'll more than willingly do that. So, all right, guys. Hope everybody's having a good one. And we will see you later.